Okay, now Padre Pio wasn't born in San Giovanni Rotondo, but Padre Pio was born in a little village on the Apennines near Naples in the province of Benevento. The name of the village is Pietrelcina, and Padre Pio was born on the 25th of May 1887, with the name, baptized the day after with the name Francesco Forgione. Padre Pio came the first time here in San Giovanni Rotondo in 1916. And he felt here very well. So then in 1918 Padre Pio came here for living exactly 50 years. Just imagine a naked mountain, nothing at all, the little pass from the village climbing up here. So on the 20th September 1918, the year Padre Pio came here, went up to the shore. You see the window above the door? Went up because there is the crucifix of the church, and he went up for praying there in front of the cross because it was the anniversary of the stigmata of Saint Francis of Assisi. So Padre Pio started to pray, and suddenly from the cross came the celeste light, which hit Padre Pio his hands, his feet and his chest. Padre Pio fainted, and when he woke up he saw himself with his hands bleeding. And he took it in first instance as a punishment, and he said, "Jesus, why have you done this to me?" And he brought himself to his cell and prayed there the whole day, and in the evening he understood that he should live here in this monastery and doing charity such as confessing people and celebrating masses. So soon in Italy and then also abroad, slowly, people heard of this little Capuchin friar. So they started to come up very early in the morning, walked up here, confessed with Padre Pio and celebrated Mass. So Padre Pio said, "I need a bigger church." So then came the plan to build the church beside, and it was consecrated in 1959 by Padre Pio. Wow. With exactly the same name, Our Lady of Grace. But Padre Pio wasn't satisfied about that church. He said it's too small. It's like a matchbox. I need a bigger church. So that's the reason after his death they projected the new church, the Saint Pio Church we have today. But Padre Pio said he desired a hospital. He said, "People are not only suffering spiritually but also physically. I want the hospital." In 1949, after the war, all this money came from the help of Barbara Ward, and they started to build the hospital. And in 1956, the first part was inaugurated by Padre Pio himself, with the name of the House of Relief of Suffering. After, other 8 floors were built. Padre Pio in 2002 was proclaimed saint by John Paul II, and in 2008 Padre Pio, his body was always for 40 years in this church, in the tomb of the church here, Our Lady of Grace. Padre Pio, his body was exhumed out of the tomb and inspected, because this is a practice of the Vatican to inspect all the bodies of the saints. They recognized the body as the body of Padre Pio's body, and the body was exposed for 1.5 years. On his face, you can understand after 40 years that Padre Pio was dead, the face was not very nice. So on his face was created a mask, was put on a mask created by the famous Wax Museum of London, and it was very nice. It was really his face with the bird. Padre Pio really looked lovely with his half gloves, dressed, his own shoes, he was very nice. Exposed for 1.5 years. In that period, 14 million of pilgrims came over to San Giovanni Rotondo in 1.5 years. So then the body of Padre Pio was taken again in a coffin, in a silver coffin, where he is still in today, designed by a French designer of Paris, and remained another half year down here, and then was brought over to the new church. Okay, now I would suggest we go inside. I show you the old church. Inside the old church you still see his original confessional, where Padre Pio confessed thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Cosa
You see the original floor of the monastery? Also in the church, also up in the monastery, they covered it by glass, otherwise people would take off the, the stones.